You know it. We're talking about the Canes this time, the Miami Hurricanes. Just south of me, about an hour, 2 hours down the road, we're looking at Manny Diaz taking the helm at this team. He had a short-term job for about a day with Temple, and then Mark Richt stepped down. The next thing you know, Manny Diaz is the head coach. He's the guy who invented the turnover chain, and we know about the turnover chain down in Miami. At the same time, you got a quarterback battle going on. Last year, a kid named N'Kosi Perry was the starter. Now they bring in quarterback. His name is Tate Martell. He's a top 5 recruit. Hopefully, they're expecting big things for him. It's going to be a battle in the quarterback position. They got Manny Diaz first year, like I said, and they bring in Dan Enos, who's also an Alabama coach. And if you heard of a guy named Jalen Hurts, he's the guy that kind of ran their schemes and things. So he's going to bring a lot of RPO to this team, and you're going to run that pro-style offense. And defensively speaking, we know what Miami's all about there. They're going to get their job done in the trenches. They're going to create some great opportunities for their team, good field position battles. And I look for big things for Miami as far as opportunities go. And speaking of turnover chains, I'm going to turn it over to my guy, DJ Big.
Got my turnover chain ready, y'all. Yes. And guess what? Manny Diaz, first year coach over here at the Hurricanes, he's back up the bat, and he had 3 linebackers. Michael Pickney, Shaq Quarterman, Zach McLeod, all ready to go to the NFL, and decided to stay one more year right here with the Hurricanes. So the turnover chains is definitely going to be back in action on the defense that was ranked number 4, giving up a total of 276 yards per game. But they bled on offense, ranked 104, total offense of 358 yards per game, 28 points per game. They definitely have to get that up. Now, here's a little transfer news right out of the Lindy magazine. Top new corner Tate Martell. The Hurricanes got the news just before the start of spring practice that the Ohio State transfer will be immediately eligible. Now, that opened it up for a 3-way competition at quarterback over here at Miami. So they're really trying to do some things to get this offense going over here. But they only returned 4 on offense. Wide receiver Jeff Thomas, a tight end, left tackle, and a left guard. It's always good to get a few linemen together. I was a lineman myself. You know, all you need is about 3 good linemen, and we could work the other 2 in the becoming good players, you know, by leadership. So I'm high on Miami to do good this year. They're coming off a 7-6 season. A lot of people, analysts, predictions, cappers, all that, they kind of down on Miami. They don't think they're gonna put it together. But I'm rooting for the Hurricanes and the turnover chain to get it back going. Any last words on this Miami Hurricane team over here?
Yeah, a lot of people you say are down on Miami, which, I mean, they talk about Manny Diaz being a first-year coach. Realistically, he's not a first-year coach. He's a first-year head coach, but, you know, he's from that. He's an alma mater at Miami. The players love him. They're going to rally around him. And even though I'm a big-time FSU fan, I think Miami's probably going to – they might overachieve just on that aspect of things because they're going to be pumped up. They're going to be ready to play. They open up against the Florida week 0 in Orlando. I think that's going to be a game that's going to be hard-hitting, defensive battle all the way around. Florida's going to give them a fight. You know, Florida's not going to be no slouch. They got a lot of defensive players too. So I like Miami a lot. I don't think they'll probably win the ACC, but I look for them to be top 2 team in the conference.
Now, the athletic directors, they help Manny Diaz with a lookout with the schedule right here. Now, they do open against Florida, which is going to be, first game of the season. No one knows what really been going on each side. This is kind of like a down-home Florida game right here. Miami versus Florida in Orlando, Florida. And it's going to be a good testament of the team as a total. They win this game, or even if they play very well in this game, keep the game under, They're going to be fired up. And guess what they get after that? At North Carolina, Bethune-Cookman, Central Michigan. They might be up for a challenge with West Virginia and Virginia, but then they get Georgia Tech, Pittsburgh, and Florida State, who all can be suspect. They get Louisville, FIU, and they finish at Duke. This team can definitely get 9 wins this season, maybe even 10. I only see 1 or 2 spots that they really could catch an L, which may be the Virginia Tech game and the Florida game. But other than that, let's pull out those turnover chains and get 10 wins. Any last closing marks on this game? I mean, on this team, I'm sorry.
Yeah, good to go on that. I mean, all the remarks we said back and forth, look for Miami to overachieve and get some W's, a lot more than the L's, that's for sure.
You heard it right here on the Boss and the Star show. Miami Hurricane, who is up next?